Welcome to Roy's Book Reviews. I am Roy, and today I am going to discuss with you the novel The White Woman on the Green Bicycle by Monique Roffey. Monique Roffey is a fine writer, and her vivid descriptions of Trinidad make readers feel its tropical heat and lush ripeness. The island of Trinidad is as much a character as the setting of The White Woman on the Green Bicycle. Readers are transported to this island, which is not too far from my own birthplace of St. Thomas, and observe its shifting political climate over the course of turbulent decades. The struggle for independence from the authority of Europeans is backdrop to the story of a rocky marriage that is up front and center. In the first section of this book, the title character does a great deal of complaining and bemoaning her situation. I found it rather difficult to like or relate to such a miserable woman. Even though her husband is no saint, at first he is the more tolerable of the two, at least the more tolerable to me. Yes, he's an alcoholic and a serial adulterer, one who in his older years does not bother to have mistresses like he did in his younger years, but instead settles for prostitutes. But we also see decency in his dealings with people and root for his efforts to atone for his sins and to win back his wife's affections. I don't want to divulge any spoilers, so we'll simply say that after the dramatic conclusion of the first section, we are brought back in time in the second section to when the couple first arrives in Trinidad. They are much younger, more vibrant, seemingly deeply in love with one another, more open to giving things a chance. But while the husband is happy to be in Trinidad, where he knows he can be far more successful in his career than he would have been in England, his wife sees island life as a temporary necessity to experience and then to endure. The cause of her unhappiness is the same from beginning to end, and she is honest about it all along. Her husband selfishly and dishonestly leads her to believe throughout the years that he has an exit strategy, that they will eventually be returning home to England. But in truth, he feels that they already are home, and he believes, or at least hopes, that his wife will eventually come around. If she does not, his attitude basically becomes so be it. Rum and women and professional achievement and growing wealth help him to deal with the aggravation of having a wife who hates where she is, yet will not or cannot leave. Time marches on and revolution is in the air. If the Trinidadians achieve the freedom they long for, perhaps the woman on the green bicycle will get what she desires as well. But she's waiting for this outcome to happen, not making it occur by taking action. She does not attempt to change her circumstances, but instead suffers them noisily, as well as quietly in letters that she writes but does not send to a politician that she greatly admires. The book draws to a close as the day of her personal emancipation seemingly draws near. But we know it must be a mirage because we have already learned from the first part of the book, which takes place in later years, that Trinidad will not let loose of its grip on her fate. Not everybody can enjoy a book that is about somebody who holds a little less hope and a little more bitterness with each passing day. By the end of The White Woman on the Green Bicycle, which returns us full circle to the book's beginning, she is relentlessly resigned to her fate. But that doesn't mean her bicycle doesn't have one last ride left in it. This is by no means an uplifting tale, but it is a well-written one, and I am happy to have discovered this sad book. It demonstrates the profound truth of the cliche that the grass is always greener. Somewhere out there, a woman sits in her modest apartment in some bustling city on a cold winter's day, staring out the window, wishing she was sipping margaritas in a bathing suit on a tropical island. Somewhere else, another woman lives a life of leisure on a provincial island that she would be happy to visit on vacation, but is miserable being there indefinitely because it will never feel like home to her. So I do recommend this novel by Monique Roffey. Whether you decide it's a beach read because it's set on a tropical island, or you recognize that it is a literary novel that just happens to take place on a beach, but definitely does not have a beachy, carefree vibe to it. I leave up to you to decide where and when and how and why you read it, but I do recommend that you do read it. And that is about all I have to say. Until next time, this is Roy of Roy's Book Reviews signing out, wishing you happy reading.